am Erica Adelina Andrews. I am the current managing editor for Volume 65 of Toyon and the past assistant managing editor for Volume 65.
Did you have any kind of relevant experience in your view before you joined Toyon, or would you say Toyon developed all the skills that allowed you to get to where you are now?
I think Toyon developed me definitely to what I am right now. So I am an English major. I do my discipline is writing practices. So I am a writer. I've always written, but being in Toyon has really narrowed my idea of what I want to do in the future, which is owning my own multimedia company, and definitely with an emphasis of publishing books of diverse voices, and not just for diversity in the sense of I just want a body, but diverse voices in general, and what everybody who doesn't really get a platform can present what they truly do want in the world. So yeah, Toyon has made me a boss in ways that I couldn't even imagine. I used to be really quiet and introverted, but Toyon makes you a leader, and it makes you very grounded in your leadership because you have such a great staff to aid you in everybody's elevation.
Would you say that the collaboration amongst all of the students and diverse voices is one of the most important kind of qualities that Toyon provides?
It's integral. So we push inclusivity and diversity at every step of our process at acquisition stages, which is garnering the submissions of works, to when we actually publish those works, the works that we choose at the end. And in our staff, there's all different people from different backgrounds, not only in the scholarly sense, but also in the cultural background sense. So we really drive that we are here for inclusivity and we want your voice, even if you don't think that your voice is being heard, we want it to be heard.
Do you think Toyon is really, along with developing your skills, do you think it's developing you as a person as well?
Yes, Toyon does develop you as a person because it makes you see everything from different angles. So all of us come with our own point of view. We have our own lives, we have our own experiences, but when you're in that room, that collaborative space makes you see things that you wouldn't even thought of. And so with that, with all these voices that are on equal playing field, nobody's above anybody. I might have a title that makes me higher up on the hierarchy, but I'm still one of the team. I'm still on the ground doing all the hard work with my team, and all of us are doing all of this work as a collaborative force versus just oh, this person does this person does that. But it's definitely necessary that in this space that you do grow and you do push those ideologies that you do want in your, not only the issues, but what you want in the world too. So we really want the world to be different, so we shape the world that we want into our books and our publications.
Has your plans for the future changed directly as a result of your experience at Toyon, would you say?
It's made my decision for what I want to do after I graduate more solidified, because after I was what am I going to do with an English degree? I don't want to teach. I just want my PhD because I kind of just want my PhD, but what am I going to do with it? I didn't have an idea of what's after I'm done with college and in every stage of college. But being in this publication and seeing what goes into just making one literary magazine has really made me want to be in the publishing industry, because the publishing industry is very, very white, and it's not very inclusive, and it's very elitist. And as a whole person of not white, not privileged status, it was really important to be in this space, especially in Toyon, and feeling validated in the sense that there are groups that are trying to disturb the norm of the publishing industry. And so because of us disturbing the norm, I want to do that on a bigger scale right after I get out of school.
So you would say, or would you say that Toyon has had a positive impact not only on the students running it, but also on the community at large surrounding it?
We go so hard for our community. Like, we put in so much work for our community because we love our community, and our community shows us so much love back. And we see all the unsung heroes and the sung heroes too that are doing just amazing work in this beautiful coastal rural space. And they definitely give to us as much as we give to them, and I feel like they give to us more sometimes, and so we're just trying to repay like our debt in whatever sense. But we do very much like maintain our connection with our community, not only on this campus but the wider community of Humboldt.
Awesome. Let's see. How exactly do you go about choosing a work? Like, how do you go about choosing what you want to write and what you want to publish?
So that's the acquisition stage. So in the beginning of when our whole team figures out, like, say we're going to do a theme. So we, as a team, we come up with guidelines of like what we would like in our magazine. So like, say we want something that's like, it explores nature in a different sense. We'll put that in our guidelines for ourselves so we could look for works that explore nature in a different sense that we're not used to. And then if we feel like that piece is fitting and it fits within our other guidelines, then it can be chosen, and we vote on it as a team to see if it's fitting and if it is going to fit. So it's a lot of collaborative work of like what all of us want to see in the end stage of this production. It's a lot of compromises here and there, but at the end we come up with a really interesting product that some works that I don't like, another person likes, and ends up in the book works so well. Because we have so many different voices that have so many different viewpoints, it tends to work out in the best ways.
Would you recommend joining to prospective students joining Toyon even if they aren't necessarily inclined towards English or writing? Publishing?
Definitely, because what Toyon does is give you the skills that you will need in every aspect of business and in your adult life. So collaboration, time management, project management, coming up like, pitching is really key, and just a more informed ideology of what you do at your work and how it impacts the community. Definitely all of those things are necessary in sustainable works. And so even if you're somebody that wants to go into biochemistry, there is something here for you. There is a skill that you are going to learn and that is going to be necessary on your resume or your CV that's going to serve you way into the future. Definitely take Toyon. It's amazing.
Before we wrap up, is there anything else that you want to say about Toyon?
Toyon is literally the most amazing space you will ever be. It's a student-led project, so that means like we define what goes on in the classroom. So we do works that serve us as students and what we want to see in the world and what we want to do with our classroom, and that's all to do with our lovely advisor Janelle Adset, because she really does create a space to where all people from every walk of life could really elevate and come into their own. So if you're just kind of on the fence about it, I would just suggest just do it, and you will never regret it. You'll have lifelong friends, lifelong skills, and lifelong memories.